There is one thing that Qullamaggie does better than every other trading master I've studied. And that same one thing is what I believe to be the secret to his $100 million returns in the stock market. And this skill seems to be the reason why he has made over $100 million in the same time it's taking other trading experts just to make $5 to $10 million. And that is because Qullamaggie is the master at scaling. Today I want to talk about why I think he became so good at scaling and how we can learn to do the same thing. And the first reason he's so much better at scaling than others is his discipline and humility. As he said on stream, he rarely takes out money, especially in his earlier days. I mean, just imagine making over 6 figures a year and only taking out the money that you need for living expenses. And I think it's because he deeply understands compounding. So let's say you start with $50K in your account and you manage to make a good 100% return each year. Let's say at the end of that year, you took that $50K out and lived off of that. So each year you would make $50K, and by the end of 5 years, your account would still be worth $50K, but you would have made $250,000 in profits that you already spent. But now let's say you leave all that money in your account and you do not touch it. By the end of 5 years, you would have compounded into 1.6 million. And this is what I believe to be the difference between his crazy returns and some of the other people's just great returns. And the second reason I believe is because he scales up fast. And what I mean by this is imagine you're doing great one year and all of a sudden your $100,000 account ends up going up to $200,000 within a couple months. So at the start, a 10% position for you would have been $10K. But now a 10% position is $20K, and most people have trouble scaling up their position size along with their account. And the reason I believe people have trouble is because of their emotional control. Now, Chris talked about this on the podcast he did, but he said that you have to think in percentage terms, and you have to change your position sizes with your account and to scale up fast. But now when you get stopped out, you're losing twice as much money. So you have to have emotional control and be able to realize that it's all about percentages. And the fourth reason is because he's incredible at adapting to his account size. Now, I didn't follow Chris a couple years ago, but many people who did say he's changed a lot in how he trades. And he has to. I mean, his account has gone insane since then. So you can't trade $1 million account the same way you're going to trade a $100 million account. You have to learn all new techniques, trade all different stocks. You have to adapt the way you trade to your account size. And I feel like a lot of people hit, crazy levels of returns. We're getting $1 million a year or so, and then they just give up there and fail to adapt beyond that. I feel like these are the differences between making $5 million from the market and $100 million like Chris did. Now, I'm not hating on this at all. I mean, I would love to make $5 million from the market as well. And if that's all I got, I'm happy with that. But if we want to aim for $100 million kind of returns, I feel like you have to have these things and you have to become the master at scaling. But this is just what I think. So y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments and how can we get good at scaling just like Chris did so we can have these crazy returns.